the third year in a row, AFRICARENA, because we've been supporting the very first AFRICARENA Tunisia Summit back in 2021. I would like to welcome all our guests and participants from Africa and beyond. It's great to see all these brilliant minds gathering here with us today, supporting entrepreneurs and contributing to the growth of North African and African tech ecosystem. So here with Expertise France, what are we doing here? We are really supporting the growth of the Tunisian ecosystem, tech ecosystem, and building bridges between ecosystem and building connections. And also, I would say, putting Tunisia as an innovation hub is really what brings us here today as part of EU for Innovation project funded by the European Union. Finally, I would say that these 2 days are a great opportunity to gather all together, a great opportunity for us to contribute again to the growth of the Tunisian tech ecosystem, to see together the skilled, I would say, and innovative opportunities we have here in Tunisia and in Africa. Finally, I would really wish you all a great conference and maybe fill it with future deals. Let's hope for this. Yes. So again, thank you, AFRICARENA. Thank you to all the partners, and I wish you a good conference. Yes.
Hello, morning everyone. Thank you, Yasmin, for the ground. So, dear partners and dear esteemed participants, thank you very much for being here in Tunisia. The Digital Transformation Center of GIZ Tunisia, funded by the special initiative Invest for Jobs, Decent Work for Just Transition, and mandated by the German Federal Ministry of Economic Cooperation and Development, believes in the thriving ecosystem of the Tunisian ecosystem. With over 1,600 ICT companies and more than 100,000 professionals in STEAM, Tunisia is at the heart of digital innovation. With our program's collaboration with different partners and key stakeholders, we are believing in the driving force of the Tunisian ecosystem, and we are committed to support the different actors and players to take the Tunisian ecosystem to the next level. It's undoubtable that Tunisia is thriving across Africa, and this year exits of 2 startups, Expansia and Unsteady, are just showcasing that this 4 years old startup ecosystem is a potential. A heartfelt thank you for all the partners, all the participants, AFRICARENA team for being here. I wish you a great conference, and the application of all those stakeholders is actually contributing to our mission of taking the Tunisian ecosystem to the next level. Thank you.
Since 3 years now, organizing regional summits in West Africa, in Dakar, also in Eastern Africa, in Kenya, and North Africa, in Tunis. As I told you, this is the 3rd North Africa Summit, but actually it's the 1st edition as an AFRICARENA Summit AI Deep Tech. All of this was founded by a friend, a true friend, also a very good professional, the person that knows best the tech scene in Africa, the investment scene. He's an entrepreneur, he's an investor. He founded AFRICARENA. He's a good true friend to Tunisia. He's an investor in Tunisia. Maybe some people don't know that. I would like you to welcome with me on stage Christophe Viarno.
Okay, how are you feeling this morning? I feel like was the night a bit short or what?
They've been partying every
So
night.
last night we had our great partner Flat Six Labs running an amazing event to celebrate entrepreneurship. And so after that there was an after party with the folks from Open Startups, which did a fantastic program in partnership with us this week, the Brain program. If you don't know about it, I encourage you to look it up. It's really an amazing initiative. So we're super excited to be here for what is our third major summit in Tunis. As Yassim was saying, you know, we first started, our first invested in Tunisia 12 years ago in 2011. And the first AFRICARENA event in Tunis took place in 2018. It was a small event at Cogit, a co-working space. For those who remember, we were 35, 40, we had a dozen startup pitching, a few angels in the room, we had a few drinks, it was great. But it was small. Then Tunisia was only raising about $2 million of investment, Tunisian startups. Fast forward a few years later, in 2021, we launched our first major initiative to make Tunisia and Tunis one of the 4 major summits of the AFRICARENA tour. Last year we expanded by running our first VC unconference in Hammamet. We brought investors like Zach George from Launch Africa Ventures and many others. And we started seeing more and more international investors doing deals in Tunisia, in North Africa. In fact, Launch Africa did, I think, 6 deals in Tunisia in the last couple of years. And this year we had our second VC unconference in Hammamet. We are on our third summit, and you know, we chose to make this summit the cross-continental summit for AI and deep tech because we recognize the excellence of Tunisian talent, its leadership in the domains of AI and deep tech. And so we brought more investors this year, and I'd like to thank the support of our partners. So you know, we wouldn't be able to do this magic without the hard work of the ladies that you've heard before me. So thank you, Zainab and GIZ, for your true support over the last 3 years and your increasing commitment to what we do. Thank you, Yasmin and the Expertise France team for your support, and Neila and the CDC team, which enabled us through a late support, but very important, to bring even more investors to Tunisia. So I'd like to call on stage my other partner in crime, Nathaniel Goodboy, who is the program manager for AFRICARENA. Please give him a round of applause. He's the future of AFRICARENA. So, maybe a few words about what we do very quickly. For those who don't know AFRICARENA, our mission is effectively primarily to create opportunity for founders and to enable investors to generate deal flow. So the way we do this, so ultimately our KPI is to bring more investment to the continent. When we started in 2017, the market was $350 million, total amount of VC money going on the continent. Last year it was $5 billion. As I was mentioning, we had a couple of $1 million in Tunisia in 2018. Now we are you know, in tens of millions of dollars. Tunisia is in the top 10 fundraising ecosystem on the continent, and we had the largest exit of the year with InstaDeep. So really great evolution. The other things we do is we try to connect African ecosystems between ourselves. So our 4 regional summits enabled us to do that, from Dakar to Joburg, from Tunis to Nairobi, from Cairo to then New York, Paris, Berlin, or Tokyo. Connecting ecosystems from everywhere in Africa to leading international ecosystems. And obviously attracting more talent and investors on the continent. The way we do this, we're not an events company. We are a network to focus on the mission I just mentioned. But we do that with 3 things. So obviously we do events, that's very important, that's where you meet. But we also have a bunch of products. So this event, we are here, you know, there will be over 300 people attending the next 2 days, but we have over 2,000 people watching us online. This event is streaming online. We have an audience of our international community of investors, founders, ecosystem builders, and we are very well followed. We also, all the pitch that will be, that you'll see today, they are digitalized, they're available on our mobile apps, AFRICARENA Wired, for investors to look at the founders' pitch, access their pitch deck, have their contact details, and basically do deals. We know many investors actually meet our startups digitally via this app. So if you don't know about it, you can download it on the App Store or the Google Store, AFRICARENA Wired. And we have a bunch of services aimed at corporate, like Open Innovation Challenge. It's very important when we want to give access to market opportunity to startups, and we also work with some corporates. So we have about a dozen Open Innovation Challenge we're running, and all of this results in great impact. We will hit this year over $600 million of deals. If you want to know what's going on in the circuit, it's an all-year-long process. You can join us. We started in Johannesburg with a focus on SaaS and also some deep tech elements. We had events in Cairo in partnership with AFRICA, in Dakar focusing on fintech, mobility, logistics. Last month we were in Kenya for a climate tech summit in partnership with Catalyst during the Africa Climate Week. And of course we had our partnership with Africa with a scale-up summit in Cairo in May. So we have it for all types of stage, all types of sector, all types of investors, and all types of corporates via these various events. The various open innovation program we run with a bunch of mentors and specialists are aimed at supporting the startups. So we also had that in Tunisia, in Hammamet this year. Not only did we have the VCM conference, but we also had a